Hey, it's Jag, and let's drink some Michters. Now, it's pronounced Michters. I think this is probably the most mispronounced brand of whiskey, except for the Scotch whiskies, which are difficult to pronounce, but Michters. Think of Michelob Ters, okay? Michters. Anyway, so this is the US-1 Unblended American whiskey small batch. So I have some issues with this label. Apparently it's not bourbon, it's American whiskey. And if I understand correctly, yeah, it's bottled by by Michter's Distillery in Louisville, Kentucky. So it's got the location, and I don't understand why it's just called American whiskey and not bourbon, because I know they have a bourbon offering, but I happen to pick up this one, which is unblended American whiskey. And another question that I have is, all right, so this is called small batch. So you got your basic, I know I use the term basic a lot. So you got your generic, I don't know, that's not the right word either, but so your basic offering of pretty much any regular bourbon is going to be a blend of many different barrels, kind of curated into a recipe to create the brand's signature taste. And sometimes they use fewer barrels, and I'm not sure what the designation is to make it called a small batch rather than just a regular. But so this is a small batch, which means that they use fewer barrels than their typical big batch mix. And then if they come across a barrel that's super divine, and they just feel like, oh, this barrel can survive on its own, then they release just that barrel, they bottle it, and then they call that a single barrel. But I might talk about that more later. But this is a small batch. And so I don't understand why, if it's a small batch, why it's called unblended American whiskey. How is it unblended if it's a small batch? So that confuses me. So anyway, this is an 83.4 proof offering, which is kind of weak in my mind. And the result, the taste is, well, let's taste it together. This was a $50 bottle, and people absolutely rave about Michter's. And so I was excited to try it. I'm just gonna kill this bottle here. So there's a smell right away that's kind of like, I want to say oatmeal, like an oatmeal cookie, and with raisins. So it's a pleasant taste or smell, but let's see if the smell carries through to the flavor. It is it's a good drink. It's got a blend of sweetness and dryness. It's a little woody. Hints of spice. The sweetness is there. It's got all of the makings of a good bourbon. The finish is kind of like Lifesavers, like it's super sweet in the finish. That's weird because I went back and forth, as obviously this bottle is done. And when you first open a bottle and you taste it, you taste the top part there. They call that the neck pour. And sometimes it's hard to judge what a bourbon is going to taste like from the neck pour, because it needs some time to oxidize or whatever opening the bottle does to it. But after you've opened it and poured a few drinks out of it, the taste and the experience of it starts to change. And so my experience of this bourbon changed a lot during the course of drinking through this bottle, to where in the beginning I was just like, oh meh, and then later I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And then as I got down 3/4 into it, then I was like, I don't know if I would get this again. And then now, having the very last pour of it, which often happens, it's so weird how the last pour of a bottle is so good that I don't know how they do it, but it definitely makes me want to get this again. But I'll tell you what I would do. I would recommend this bottle if you want it. It's $50. and it's a nice drinker. It's 83 proof, so it's not going to burn you. And it's got a lot of good flavors. I'm not sure why it's American whiskey and not bourbon, but that's not going to concern me too much. I'm just concerned about how it smells and tastes. But what I'm going to do is I am going to explore Michter's different offerings. I would love to get a single barrel or maybe a full proof small batch or something like that. And so that's my way of saying that this passes muster for me, so I would recommend having this, but also I think we can do better. So here's to doing better, and have a nice day.